Just over a year ago, folks, I had my first experience here in the UK of Wendy's, the popular US fast food chain. I was down in Portsmouth, and I gotta say, I was singularly unimpressed with the place. Poorly constructed burgers, not great tasting vegetarian options certainly, cold fries, missing items, just everything you don't want from a fast food place. But down in the comments, a lot of you said it was my fault. I'd ordered the wrong things, I'd just picked a bad branch of it, and Wendy's is actually decent. And I've been mulling that over for the past year. And I thought, do you know what? Let's give them a second chance, shall we? So I'm down here in Brighton currently, and behind me here is the Brighton location of Wendy's. And I'm gonna go for some of the things that you guys in the comments suggested I should be having. The baconator, for example. Their jacket potato with chili. I'm interested to see if these items are going to be any better than what I had down in Portsmouth. Let's get inside and find out, shall we? So folks, I've been in and placed my order. Used one of those machines, the touch screens or whatever. So I'm going to go and wash my hands afterwards, obviously. And as usual, couldn't get a receipt out of the damn thing. The paper was actually in there for a change. It was just jammed up. So what have I ordered then? I have gone for that baconator. Apparently this is ½ pound of beef, 6 slices of bacon, a couple of slices of cheese in there. Sounds like a behemoth of a burger. To go alongside that, I have gone for the jacket potato with beef chili and cheese on top. I like the sound of that. I mean, everyone's mad about jacket spuds these days, aren't they? So it'd be interesting to see how that stacks up against some ones I've had elsewhere. To go with that, instead of a drink, I've gone for their regular chocolate frosty. Apparently this is the thing. Kind of ice creamy, but almost milkshakey. I've never had one before. We'll see how it turns out. I haven't got any fries, so I won't be dipping my fries into it like some people suggested. I think those people need to be brought to the attention of the authorities, to be honest with you. I tried dipping fries in a milkshake once before, and that was grim, let me tell you. To go with that, I've also gone with their spicy nuggets. Those were recommended to me as well as something really, really tasty. So that's what we're going to get. Just waiting for them to cook it up now, and we'll find somewhere properly to sit down and munch it all up. So here we go, folks. Got my order here. In total, that's come to £16.98. So this is basically a meal. This is a bit of an upgrade. The chili jacket spud, I think it's about an extra £1.80 or something, rather than having a regular little portion of fries or something. So, you know, I don't think that's unfair. We've got the frosty here, chocolate flavoured. The little nuggets, 6 of those. They're £4.29 for 6 little ones. I mean, they're not exactly massive, but if they're tasty, we'll take it. And we have the baconator here. It's actually ½ pound of meat in there. Doesn't feel that heavy to me, to be honest, but we shall see. Now, inside here, I quite like the decoration on there. They've got lots of funky stuff on the walls. I'm going to say, though, I mean, I'm here quite early in the service, unless they've had a really busy breakfast service, because they do open for breakfast from 8 till 10:30 or something, I think. Yeah, unless it's been really busy, I don't think the floor's been swept since yesterday. There's a fair amount of detritus around. And as we often find in these fast food places, can you hear the music in the background? Hopefully I dumbed it down enough in the edit so you can't really hear it too much, but it's loud. It's loud. Where am I going to start with this? Good question. Well, we're going to keep the frosty out the way for a bit later on. We'll focus on the savoury stuff. Can't do the sweet stuff first, can we? And I think I'm going to try the nuggets first. This will keep warm for a while, this burger. It's wrapped up in its little foil thing. I've got Wendy's signature dip here to go with these nuggets. What does it say about it? Onion, mustard, Worcester and soy sauce with onions and gherkins. Sounds like it should be a little flavour explosion, that. So you can see the colour of it there on camera. Kind of beigey. Fast food is beige generally, isn't it? So, right, let's have a little look at these nuggets. This is a spicy nuggets here. Not greasy. Reasonably crisp coating to it. See if I can pull it apart. It is a chicken chunk in there. It's not just a reformed thing. You can see the chicken there, how it pulls apart. Not quite as crispy as I thought it was going to be, but not bad. Like I say, it's not greasy at all. The chicken itself, no issues with it there. And when I had that first bite of it, do you know what? I didn't think it was going to be that spicy, but it does come at you a bit. It starts out very, very background, that chilli spice, and then just waves and waves across your tongue and comes along. That is actually pretty good. In terms of all the fast food kind of nuggets, yeah, Mackie D's, Burger King's are terrible. That is pretty much as good as it gets, I think. Let's try it in this signature sauce. Well, we've got terrible R&B playing in the background. Drives me absolutely nuts in places like this, it really does. That I really like. Nice little bit of tang to it, very savoury. So I almost regret not getting some fries, because they would be great to dip into that sauce. You'll have to excuse me, I'm going in just with my finger just to get that sauce. Yeah, really good tang to it. Nice kind of umami back notes in there. I am liking that. Okay, let's do the jacket spud next. We'll move these bits out of the way. In fact, I'll just take it off the tray, shall I? That'll be the easiest way to deal with it. They have provided me with some wooden cutlery here, which is a smart choice for the jacket spud, I guess. We'll have a little look inside here. So it's not the biggest spud in the world. It's not the sort of one you'd get at Spudman or whatever, and there are loads and loads of spud in there. But it is only a side, not the main dish. Quite a lot of chilli in there. The cheese almost looks kind of like some processed cheese in there, but I can see little flecks of melting, I don't know whether it's cheddar or whatever it is. Let's just get into it. Skin, I don't know how crispy that is, but we'll find out. We will find out. Let's dig in here, give it a good cut up. See if we can get a bit of everything. A little bit of the chili there, a little bit of the cheese, which, I mean, you can tell it's hot enough because the cheese has melted across the top. Skin could be crispier, that's for sure. The potato inside is actually cooked quite nicely. Reasonably fluffy, to be honest with you. I don't mind that. And it is nice to have that sort of different option rather than fries or just waffle fries, loaded fries. Something a little bit different, a little bit more substantial, in fact. I mean, you could probably just come in and have this as a sort of light lunch. The chili has got all kinds of beans in it and quite chunky bits of meat. I don't know whether it's like chopped up burger patty, maybe. Yeah, not overly aggressive on the chili spice with the sauce there. But I do like it. Good amount of beans. The texture of the meat actually works rather than being proper mince. That is all right. Let me get another bit of everything again. Bit of the spud. Bit of the cheese off the top of it here. Smush that into the spud a little bit and get some of that chili over the top. There we go. That's what we're talking about. I'm happy with that. I don't know how much that is by itself, but I think it's a good little option in a place like this. And you guys are starting to win me round a little bit here. I said the experience I had in Portsmouth was dreadful. I remember I had like an Indian flavoured vegetarian burger, and it was so unpleasant to eat. Really aggressive, undercooked curry spices in there. I had the Dave's double burger, which is the best thing I had there. I had some loaded fries which were cold, and obviously were even cold when they were loaded because the cheese didn't melt at all. This spud, the cheese is melted and gooey. We're heading in the right direction, Wendy's. We're heading in the right direction. Okay, here is the burger that everyone was recommending to me. The Baconator. Now, you can see here, they got the signature square patties that Wendy's is famous for because they claim they don't cut corners. And inside, bacon actually looks cooked. It's not that flabby stuff you get in McDonald's and places like that. The patties, well, I mean, they just look like regular fast food patties, don't they? Quite a small bun. And there's nothing else in there. A bit of ketchup and mayo on the top. A bit more bacon there. The bun, soft, a little bit sweaty because it's been in that wrapper for so long. Let's give it a try. That's giving me the vibes of like a Burger King double cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger. It's got a good beefy flavour to it. Because there's a couple of bits of cheese in there, you're still getting that kind of a little gooiness from the cheese, a little bit of flavour. The mayo and the ketchup works quite well. The bacon, in spite of being crispy, it's a little bit lost. But let me tell you, overall, that is a lot more pleasant to eat than the Dave's Double one I had in Portsmouth. It's got a good meaty flavour to it from the two quite thick patties in there. It's not bad as fast food goes. I mean, it's not cheap. What did I pay for this actual meal? £11.49 would be the regular combo, okay? And it was £1.20 upgrade for the jacket spud, okay? Not £1.80. So £11.49 if you had this burger, fries, and a soft drink, the Frosty, you can get a coffee, that kind of thing with it. So it's kind of a top end fast food wise, but it's not bad. Okay, folks, moving on. The chocolate Frosty here. Like I say, it is kind of the consistency of a very, very thick milkshake or slightly runny ice cream. They do chocolate or vanilla flavour here. I think over in the States you get strawberry as well, and then there's a couple of specials on at the moment around Biscoff. But I just think that's adding some Biscoff crumbs to the base that they've already got here. Let's give it a try. Very synthetic chocolate flavour. Kind of reminds me of, do you remember when you were a kid and you'd get those blocks in cardboard of ice cream in the freezer? Like the Neapolitan flavour. So you'd have a little bit of strawberry, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of chocolate in like 3 stripes, like a tricolor, and your mum or your dad would just slice you a little slice off and put it in a bowl. That kind of chocolate flavour. So, I mean, whilst it's not, you know, exactly Hotel Chocolat or something like that, it's quite a familiar flavour and quite comforting in that respect. So I think this just goes to show what I've said quite a lot of the time and what a lot of you out there say. Fast food can be a real mixed bag, can't it? Especially when you've got like the franchise model. It may be the same base ingredients they're using, but it very much depends who's working the shift, who's managing the place, as to how much care and attention and love they put into it. Because this one here in Brighton, okay, maybe it's the items I've chosen, but it's a lot better than the one in Portsmouth was, let me tell you. I mean, is it the best fast food out there? I don't know. I think the nuggets are great. I think jacket potato is a great idea. A little bit crispier on that potato, and you'd be in for a real winner there, I reckon. And the burger's not bad. And this Frosty milkshake, I think this is about $2.49 or something like that if you just buy it by itself rather than as part of the meal deal. I mean, that's fine. I mean, what's a McFlurry cost you? Probably about the same, does it? It's not bad. It's not bad. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up now. We'll head outside and I'll give you my score. So, folks, I've wandered down outside Brighton's famous Royal Pavilion to finish up. A nice day. Needed a little bit of a stroll after having that burger and everything. Tell you a funny little story about this place. I was actually here yesterday wandering around, and I took a photo and put it on my Instagram. Decided to put some music to it, as one does when one's posting on Instagram. So I thought, well, I'm in Brighton, let's pick a Fatboy Slim tune, shall we? He lives around these parts. Posted it. No more than 60 seconds later, who walks past me in the street? Norman Cook. What are the chances, eh? There we are. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to Wendy's. I guess the question is, was I wrong? Was I wrong about Wendy's the first time I went? I'm going to say no, because I always stand by my reviews. I call it as I find it, and it wasn't good. But seeing as I call it as I find it, this was much, much better. It really was. I think the Baconator burger was decent. Nice kind of meaty flavour. Yeah, usual American cheese. Slightly better bacon than you find in most of the chain fast food places. Not the biggest, the bun was quite small, and probably top end price wise. What was it, $11.29 if you have that with fries and a drink. So, you know, that's kind of Burger King double Whopper kind of territory, isn't it? And I don't think it's as good as that burger. But it was decent. The jacket spud with beef chili and cheese to go alongside it, though, is an inspired little choice. Really enjoyed that. Again, not the biggest potato, but then because it's a side, it doesn't need to be. Yeah, enjoyable. And the spicy nuggets, again, not greasy, proper bits of chicken in there. And once you got into it, a good level of spice. And that's signature dipping sauce as well. Loved it. The Frosty, yeah, not the greatest quality thing in the world, but kind of nostalgic flavour in there from back in the day when we only had cheap chocolate. Yeah, a much better experience here in Brighton than I had in Portsmouth, that's for sure. So, I've got to come up with a score for it. I mean, I'm going to say, as fast food goes, although it's a little bit on the punchy side, I think it's a sort of 7.5, 8 out of 10, this one. And like I said before, it just goes to show, fast food places can vary from branch to branch, day to day, shift to shift even, depending on who's working and how much care and attention they're paying. Yeah, 7.5, 8 out of 10. Would I recommend it? Do you know what? I would. This one here in Brighton, give it a try. Much better than the one in Portsmouth. Don't go that one. Jeez. Save your money. So yeah, probably just about a Greeno's green light. Go and try it out. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help the channel. Dig around the vault. Maybe have a little look at that old Wendy's one for comparison. And if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ding your bell, all that jazz. You know the drill by now, folks, don't you? Right, where are you going to find me next? Who knows? Well, I know. You don't know. You'll have to tune in next time to find out. Bye for now.